This is Philipp Gneiting from Mercedes-Benz AG. Today I have the startups in the future of mobility. Before that, information about my person. I'm head of open innovation at Mercedes-Benz. My job, or the job of my team, is to bring together most innovative external experts of Daimler in order to come up with new products and services for our customers. Before I start, I'm going into the top view, a vision of a desirable future when it comes to mobility. I'm pretty sure you recognize the city here. It's Seoul. More precisely, is the Seoul station, as it may look in 20 years from now. And you see there's still a lot of business around in the city, a lot of mobility, but it looks somehow desirable. Although there are so many people gained back some freedom when it comes to crossing the streets, and the city is greener and more livable in a nutshell. And this is where we all want to go when it comes to the future of the mobility in the city. And this is also Mercedes-Benz vision. And I want to show you this picture because you definitely see that all work together. And I talk about not only the automotive manufacturers, but also the public transport, cities, the politics, universities, because all mobility activities have to be seamlessly interlinked into each other to really come up with a convenient and efficient way of transport, not only for people, but also for goods. Open innovation. It does mean that we are looking for the best possible partners out of the perspective of Mercedes-Benz AG to partner with to make such a vision reality. Problem one is there are a lot of startups outside and most of them won't make it. If you believe the number, it's more than one on this planet. And 19 out of 20 will quickly vanish from the public and will fail. But it's about finding the most promising ones. And this is a tough job, especially when you have limited capacity in scouting. So how can we find the best startups for our very challenge when it comes to startup cooperation is Mercedes-Benz is not the first and not the last corporate to realize driven by the innovative technologies of the startups. So we even came on somehow a war for startups, yeah? War for talents, definitely. We all want the best talent on board in our corporate startups on this planet. And problem number 3 is by nature where you are exactly, where you're. In case of Mercedes-Benz AG, we are located in Stuttgart, which is mid-Germany, and most of the mobility startups relevant for us, they are not there. So we used to fly, better said, all over this planet to meet the most promising startups, because you also have a very interesting ecosystem for us and gaming and digital services. But this is definitely sure that all the relevant experts from our all the departments which are located in Stuttgart, how to get them all over this place, because for a multinational company like Daimler, tendencies when talking to a startup can lead to 9 from Mercedes-Benz AG and just 1 from startup, because our fields of are so much divided, as every multinational corporation divides its fields of problems or 3 challenges to overcome when working with this team. We asked ourselves, which is the best, which is the most intelligent way to really find a cool solution here, and called Startup Autobahn. And the idea here is to build bridges, all relevant startups directly into our company to the relevant experts. And the job of my team is to maintain the platform and to really make sure that we have the right and the internal experts. So how is this done? How did Startup Auto seen? First of all, how is it constructed? How was the idea of this platform? First of all, we don't want Startup Autobahn to be just another venture capital VC approach or VC platform. So we came up with the idea of, and what's the big difference here? It's that we are not primarily looking for investment options and M&A activities. We are looking for technology that may be relevant for our customers and for startups that are capable to cooperate with us so that the startup technology can brought into our products. Client means we want to be the first corporate in incorporating startup, new technology from startup into our products so that we stay innovation leader in our field. And for a startup, this means there's more flexibility. We as Daimler or Mercedes-Benz, we are either interested in just working with you, cooperating with you as a supplier on our side, or a win-win for both sides. We also invest into you. So this is idea one, venture client. The second idea was not only to focus on software, as most of the accelerators do, we also want to look at hardware technology and on new materials, on new technologies, display technology, battery technology, powertrains, whatever's suitable, whatever's relevant. And we even came up with what we call a research plant in Stuttgart, where we invite the participating startups not only for free office space, but also for a hardware lab where they're capable of using more latest state-of-the-art hardware to prototype their products and technologies. The third, the Startup Autobahn idea, is to be more like a post-accelerator. And this means that we not only aim for really early stage and seed stage startups, we also look for later stage startups. Because at the end, as we are not investors first place, we don't care how big or how valuable you are already. We just care about the technology and whether it's already relevant or interesting for us. As the ambition of Startup Autobahn was really huge from the first place. Ideally having access to all relevant hotspots for startups on a global scale. We want to get to know startups from China, from Korea, from North America, South Africa, Australia, you name it. So the idea was to have not only one place where we matchmake startups with our experts, but many places. And up to now, Stuttgart, in Singapore, in Beijing, and we have activities in South Africa, in the United States, in India, and soon, or also in Seoul. I'm really looking forward to that one. So the next ambition is that we want not only be the one platform for mobility startups, we want to be the most attractive platform for mobility startups. I'll explain you one slide later. But first of all, we also want to be an attractive platform for our Mercedes-Benz colleagues, because we strongly believe that's not only relevant that the startups have something out of the program, also our internal experts need to benefit from the offer from Startup Autobahn, from the approach Startup Autobahn. Because at the end, colleagues, for example, it's their job, it's their field of responsibility to implement the scouted technology from a startup into our products and services. So we need also to be attractive, to be beneficial for our internal colleagues so that they take advantage, they use the Startup Autobahn offering. Yeah. So that's the ambition, not only towards startups, but also towards our very own colleagues. It's also a very tough one, is to create an environment, an atmosphere within our program that really fosters pioneering spirit for innovative thinking and fast execution. Because automotive industry is all about quality, costs, scalability, with a high requirements on safety, on quality, and so on and so forth. It's a tough requirement at the end. And we not want with a Startup Autobahn platform that at the very beginning, our colleagues, the startups, are really open about new ideas and really are risk-taking when it comes to find out, when it comes to just try out new technology. Yeah? And this is a failure-fast culture we need to establish here so that our colleagues are not afraid to be successful at the very beginning. Yeah, but I will also explain you a little bit later what is it all about. Okay, going to the question, But before that, I want to share with you one of the most interesting yet challenging decisions we also made at the very beginning for Startup Autobahn. We created with the Startup network, meaning that Daimler, Mercedes-Benz AG, we don't want to be the only corporate partner for this platform. We invited other corporate players to also join the idea of Startup Autobahn, the idea of matchmaking with startups. And this means that if you are a startup, if you join the program, if you meet experts, you meet experts from a lot of other automotive or mobility focused companies. And this was one very important decision we made to open it up because we want to be the most attractive platform and not just one platform. Yeah? So this is one of our proof points with more than 30 partners right now on the platform that we have a really intriguing offer for the Startup Autobahn team. So what we are looking for, more in a nutshell, we are a startup that's somehow relevant for us. But if you want that I like bring up three clusters of startups, then I would come up with these three. The first cluster is everything that's related to digitalization. Yeah, usually startups' strength lies in digital technology, and we look for startups that help us with new software solutions for our products, but processes, and obviously the services for our customers. Then the future car. We look for startups with new hardware and software technology that enhances the features and the convenience for our customers in the exterior of a car, in the interior of the car, user interface, user exchange, powertrain, battery technology, everything, the car itself. And last but not least, we started to look for green tech and sustainability startups back in 2019, where we look for technologies that help us become a carbon zero company eventually, meaning that we are looking for startups that help us reducing our carbon footprint in our processes, the production materials, the car itself, and the drivetrain of the car, obviously. So end-to-end sustainability as our ultimate goal. And we strongly believe that startups together with our colleagues can really make the difference. So in which direction we look for startups, I'm happy to also show how we deal with all the Startup Autobahn process, with the Startup Autobahn process itself. It starts with the scouting. Up to now, and since opening in 2016, we scouted already more than 6,000 startups globally. And the numbers not on the slide, but I think we've invited to Stuttgart or to the other Startup Autobahn places around 1,000 startups already for physical meetings with our experts. And more importantly, with around 150 startups, we kicked off pilot projects, POCs, MVPs, whatever was marked. Each and every project was paid by Mercedes-Benz AG. So the startup is in a very good position that the POC is paid by the corporate partner. And it gets even more important. More than 50 projects have graduated the Startup Autobahn project, the 100-day pilot phase, and are still active. That after the 100 days of the official program phase, the internal department said, okay, the most critical point, the most critical technical requirements have been met so far or look still promising. We want to follow up with the startup, meaning that it can be an M&A, it can be an investment, or it can be a supplier relationship with Mercedes Startup Autobahn platform. But this is not where we want to go to eventually, because it's all about implementation. And I'm happy that the 16th slide was still empty. Now it's already somehow crowded with around 15 startups that made it into implementation of our products, services, or internal processes. Maybe like two examples here. There's the startup from United Kingdom, Words. They came up with a cool that enables the customers to voice-based direct the car to a 3x3 meters square everywhere on this planet. So it's a very accurate and very convenient way of navigating, and also sharing navigation data. Just look for yourself, download it on your Android or iOS, or on your MBUX system at all new Mercedes-Benz cars. The other stuff, they help us monetizing car data in a very convenient and efficient way for us. And there are a lot of other examples, but I don't have the time to go into all of them right now. Okay, I just talked about the 100-day program. And what does it? This is the most crucial phase in the startup. Ends, or this 100-day phase ends with a so-called Expo Day, where the startup has the opportunity to not only showcase what they've achieved towards our internal colleagues, but also to the external other corporate partners of Startup Autobahn, and to the public and the press and the politics, who usually is very interested in taking part of such what can come out in a 100-day project phase.
Startup Autobahn is the perfect platform for young, innovative startups to get in contact with corporate.
So working with startups is for a company like Deutsche Telekom absolutely essential. We need startups for more disruptive ideas in order to stretch the limits for innovation.
We make sure at Daimler to connect our most senior experts from the development together with our future technology researchers, and then we combine it together with the startups.
They are more nimble, they are more agile, they are more focused on the software part. So without that, fully digital, and this is, I believe, why we need to continue this kind of format.
Whenever you're trying to do open innovation, people bring in new ideas because they're forgetting about the normal ways of doing business, and therefore we get different results.
Actually, both to proceed to create something meaningful, and that's a big advantage of the open innovation platform.
Very short ways of information and processes. They do things quick and dirty, and that really speeds up things and shows us quick and fast results.
If everyone is so much into the project, they make everything happen to showcase something here and to see how it is.
It's more important than ever before to open up and test these technologies to find the right solution for your business challenges.
But not all ideas are inside of the companies. There are a lot of ideas outside of the world. We have to search for them and build them in our system.
This speed that we need today can only be a of your organization if you collaborate with your ecosystem.
That can only be accomplished with teamwork, people working together. It's a very complex problem. That I think is the only way we can solve these really tough problems that we're facing moving forward.
We really solved everything that we had in our minds, and I think we even got further than this. So I think we really did a great job together. Several startups working together with several of our industry partners on one solution, which actually is being implemented at a later stage in the future of the car, in the future of production, or in the enterprise processes.
So this was one of our latest Expo days. Obviously, it was pre-Corona. Unfortunately, today our events are definitely still worthwhile and cool, but so purely digital. Point I really want to highlight here in my presentation is how to find new projects, because it's really crucial that you are aware of the fact that you can go for easy projects or for disruptive projects. Easy means you know the technology, you know the problem is there. It's more just a matter of time when you get there. This is on this diagram. It's on the lower left side. You have the know-how, you have the awareness about the problem. It's just about doing it. Yeah. Then the classical R&D case is you don't know the technology yet. You don't know you don't have the know-how yet, or you know where to go. It's just about developing technology to a place which is already somehow aware. Yeah? And The really cool and disruptive place, however, is the complete unknown. It's what here in the slide is called terra incognita. It's where the technology is not yet know that there's a market, that there's a need for the customers. So it's an unknown. And this is most of the times a very interesting field, but really difficult to get. And when we talk about defining the search fields for our scouting team, or defining the project scope, or just discussing with the startups and the internal experts which project could make, establish an atmosphere, an environment that also leads to really, really new stuff. And when I talk about an atmosphere, we with ideas need voltage to conquer such a terra incognita. And I just want to share you some insights on how to get there. For example, you have to support polarities, meaning that it's cool. We should embrace that startups think completely different. Than this tension can really lead to something new. Give room for coincidence. We really want to make sure that if we have 10 startups from one search field in one place, then we make sure that they all meet with all our relevant experts and just mix up a bit, because the really cool ideas come in. And also very important is to always try to create win-win situations. In our case, the platform is created so that our internal partners benefit highly from participation, but also the startups. They have nothing to lose. They don't have to give up equity. They don't have to pay for the POC. They just have to invest time into this, because to have a customer like Daimler or like Mercedes-Benz in a very early stage of your company phase, it's really a very, very attractive factor also when it comes to additional investment. Yeah, no fear to fail. Also a very, very crucial point when you really want to go for new disruptive projects. And this is the reason we created like a sand. If you get into the program as startup and also as your tandem partner, as the internal experts, we really want that it's okay to fail, because we say if you fail after 100 days, it's okay. It's just 100 days. Usually in the automotive industry, a project, although failed, takes 1 or 2 years. Yeah. So to fail fast is a very cool advantage of the program, and we really embrace. If US startups are interested now in joining Startup Autobahn, I highly welcome you to directly apply for our program. For example, you can use the startupautobahn.com address. Also, when you apply from Seoul, we make sure that you will reach a suitable site for your case or for your matchmaking internal expert partner. So please apply. We look all the time for interesting startups for us. Okay, I hope it was somehow interesting for you guys. I'm really looking forward for a discussion or for interaction. And I also welcome you to stay in touch with me, Android, and follow me on Instagram with the shown QR code here. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed the presentation. I hope you enjoy NextRise 2020 in this wonderful format. I'm really looking forward to stay in touch with you. Bye-bye.